right, let's go ahead and thank the Traverse City Central Trojan Marching Band for joining us tonight here in Week 3 of Hometown Highlights. We'll be hearing more from the Trojans throughout the show, and this Trojan, for one, is glad that they're here tonight. Well, TC Central was a part of a big doubleheader to kick off Week 3 of prep football this Friday night. The Trojans started off a little earlier this afternoon, played against Alpena at 4 o'clock, and the big nightcap featured former Lake Michigan rivals. We'll get to that one in a second, but let's start with the Trojans, shall we? At halftime, the black and gold, and there they are. Probably caught a couple of them at the game, and it was a wet one as it was around Northern Michigan tonight. Trojans up 40-0 at half against Alpena. Wildcats get it going in the third, though. This is Cade MacArthur, a big run before being brought down by a lot of black jerseys. Then Dylan Thrasher, name of the night, Dylan Thrasher for the Wildcats, goes right up the middle to get them on the board. Alpena scores 6. Central was not to be denied, though. Here's Eston Prather. He's going to bust out a ton of tackles and gain 60 yards. If you had a high school fantasy football team, you might want Mr. Prather on that team. Trojans still looking for more. Brady Gerard scrambling around, defying all the defenders in his way before finally being brought down, turned nothing into something, as we sports fans like to call it. Trojans would keep a shellacking on Alpena, and they go on to win this one, final 47-6, and the band thankfully gave me that score, so thanks to them for being here for that. Well, a new mascot was unveiled tonight in the nightcap for St. Francis. There he is, the new Gladius Maximus. And St. Francis had a big one tonight, the nightcap at Thurlby against Elk Rapids. Here's Eddie Shaw for the Elks, big number 9. He's a quick one. You got to keep an eye on him. Gladiators stomping all over him to get him down. The defense would hold pretty steady, though. Here's the Elks coming up with a big goose egg on yardage. Plenty of blue uniforms in the way. And the Gladiators will get some offense in this one. Jimmy Brady is one of their talented running backs. Here he is finding a hole on the right side of the line before finally being brought down by plenty of Elks. Unfortunately, no scoring to show you in these highlights. Glads, though, them and their new mascot come up big, 12-7. Your final there. Let's head over to Ann Cook.
The Trojans proved to be big winners tonight, but the race for the Big North Conference this year will be a deep one. The marquee matchup in the league this week, Cadillac visiting Petoskey. Let's take a look. We pick up action in the third quarter. The story of the night, quarterback Jalen Brooks having a career night. He takes the snap and runs. This is his 6th rushing touchdown, and he will rack up 290 yards on the ground. The Petoskey D will show some signs of hope as it forces a fumble here in a moment. The rain, I'm sure, played a big part of that, and Anthony Duran will pick up the loose ball. Petoskey will try to put some points on the board. Nick Strobel hits Anthony Duran for a short pickup, but the Cadillac D ends this one with a defensive stand by shutting down any hope of a comeback. Cadillac runs away with it, 44-14. Now East Jordan visiting Harbor Springs tonight. Harbor Springs' Sam Hansen takes it around the left to finally put the Rams on the board. Big run there. Later, East Jordan's toss here will slip out of the running back's hands and slip a few more times
that
before
weather,
Harbor
man,
Springs,
just taking its toll.
Before Harbor Springs finally grabs the ball. East Jordan's Dustin Hedgeka will scramble to the right and take this one for a short gain. Just a few plays later, Tim Schutt will get the ball and help move East Jordan down the field. But Harbor Springs defense will shut down this drive with a pick here in a few moments from Sam Hansen. Harbor Springs wins 49-8. Back to Harrison.
I love a good pick. I would be a cornerback if I could have played high school football. Unfortunately, I had to stick with cross country. To the Northwest Conference we go. Big time rivalry. Benzie and Frankfort. Here's Brandon Shaw for the Panthers. This boy can run. His sneakers were no doubt tied tight tonight. Then Schaub shows he's not a one-trick pony. He can throw it in the air as well. He's finding Connor Bradley here, and that's an easy 6 points. Panthers go up. Turned out to be the only touchdown of the game, but oh, there's drama to be left. Benzie defense on display here, going after David Loney, bringing him down. Then the Huskies will try and get the offense rolling. This is a pitch play to Javier Rodriguez, and Javier knows how to run as well, skying down the sideline. And the Huskies actually would be the ones standing tall in this one. They win by a final of 8-6, so they would get a touchdown as well. Impressive there. Let's keep it up in the Northwest Conference. Glen Lake Lakers hosting Sutton's Bay. Dale Pleva continues the scoring in the third quarter, puts the Lakers up 28-6 there. But the scoring would continue for the Lake show. Trevor Apsey, the big fella right there, number 20, he's going to run down the side of the field. He's going to trip me up as a cameraman, and the ref and a coach would kind of get in my way. But Apsey is there to put the score in. It's a punt return for 6. And you can hear the announcer, former 7-4 sportsman Matt Saltesiak, proclaiming that one. Sutton's Bay tries to get the pass game going. Casey Cross to Bobby Barinas there. Unfortunately, the drive would stall out. And here's Trevor Apsey again for a punt return. And what do you know? Lightning does indeed strike twice in Glen Lake. He's going to return it for another pick 6. Can't believe it. Hard to do one, much less two. So congratulations, Mr. Apsey. Lakers, they win this one final 42-6. Traverse City Central Trojan Marching Band. Very talented group of kids. Can't wait to talk to them in just a bit. The Kingsley Stags, though, we're going to talk about them right now, that have a strange start to 2012. Started with a very impressive win over Traverse City St. Francis in Week 1, but they followed that up with a blowout loss to Elk Rapids last week. Well, how would they play in Week 3? Well, we're going to go ahead and check on those highlights right now. Let's take you to a rain-soaked Rhodes Field. Picking up the action in the first. Stags already up 8-0. And they're looking for more. Tyler Newell with the pitch to Travis DeBello off the right end, and DeBello has got some speed. Coach likes it. Picks up 10 yards and moves the chains. A few plays later, same drive, almost the same play. DeBello from a few yards out. Kingsley moves up 16-0. Band looks a little lackluster there. That weather might have taken its toll on everybody tonight, though. Still in the first quarter, Stags at it again. This time off the left side. Connor Fitzpatrick won't be denied. 15 yards out. Kingsley would go up by 24-0. We don't have a final on this one yet, but we're pretty positive the Stags pulled it out. Check that score later on UpNorthLive.com.
We head now to the Sky Valley Conference, where Manslona is off to a 2-0 start after big wins over Elk Rapids and Rudyard. A real test tonight in their first league matchup against Johannesburg Lewiston. Manslona leading 16-0 at half and pretty much coasted to victory from there. The Ironmen getting a big gain here from the big 2-2 as he powers past the Cardinals. Here he is again, just a few plays later, doesn't see a window to the right. So talk about making something out of nothing. He keeps his head up and gains big on the reverse. The Cardinal defender eventually catches up with him 15 yards downfield. Ironmen battled penalties all night, including the 2 you'll see here on this big punt return. 2 big hits. The first one on a block, and later as he carries it back upfield. The play was called back. Manslona still went on to win 22-0. Central Lake hosting Johannesburg Lewiston, looking for the first win of the season.
I thought that was a Gatorade logo.
It was the Gatorade logo. First win of the season for the Trojans. First quarter action. Here's number 34, William Brockman, with the big gain for the Trojans. He's just a junior, folks. Now in the second quarter, a run right up the gut from number 21 on your screen keeps his feet moving for the first down. Moments later, we go back to Brockman for the touchdown. 2-point conversion was bad, put Central Lake up 6-0. But it wasn't all Trojans tonight. Here's St. Mary's Nick Harrington with the big first down for the Snowbirds. Final score on this one was 34-22, favoring the Trojans.
We head to the southern part of our viewing area. Fans packing the seats at Manton-McBain. Huge rivalry between the Rangers and the Ramblers. How about Manton's Alex Powell, though? Tough to see here, but he's got a pick 6 in the works. And that's always a good stat line to get. Again, I love the cornerbacks, but they're all over these highlights. Rangers go up 14-3. They would get the 2-point conversion. Ramblers, though, ramble on, just like the song says. This is Andrew Lucas, who I prematurely talked about. There's Mr. Lucas going into the end zone as if it's his job. On Friday nights, it is his job. The home team, McBain, hangs on to win by 5, 19-14. All right, thanks, Ann. That's right. I'm with the Trojan Marching Band. I'm going to talk to their lead drum major. Her name's Tessie. Tess, tell me what it's like to work with this group of guys. You're kind of like their unofficial leader. Well, you pretty much are their official leader. Tell me what it's like to work with these guys now here in the big part of your high school years.
Well, it's like a constant struggle. They're always pressuring you to do better, the best that you can, and it's also a lot of fun. We have a great band this year. So.
All right, and you guys sound spectacular, and we're going to go ahead and let them close out the show. Once again, one final time, the Traverse City Central Trojan Marching Band.